Today we will attempt to answer the question, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? In order to answer this question, we first have to understand the meaning of the word chuck. One meaning is to toss, throw with a quick motion, usually a short distance. Can woodchucks throw anything? That is the question raised by the if clause in the second half of the query. Then there is the issue of generalization. The question does not specify which woodchuck would be chucking the wood, since it is most likely that even if all woodchucks can chuck wood, the amount of wood that any specific woodchuck could chuck would vary, and thus the answer to the question as stated would have to be a statistical average. Then there are other issues with the question. It does not specify the sizes or weights of the wood, or what kind of wood the woodchuck would be chucking. If it is a kind of wood that only woodchucks chuck, then the kind of wood would be called woodchuck wood. The question also does not specify the time period over which the woodchucking would take place, nor does it state the season or time of year. Also missing are the answers to the questions of who would be providing the wood for the woodchuck woodchucking, where would it come from, and who would pay for it. There's also the environmental issue of how the woodchuck wood would be recycled and by whom after the woodchuck woodchucking event. In addition, the location and environment in which the woodchuck wood would be chucked is not specified, nor is the distance that the woodchucking woodchuck would be chucking the woodchuck wood. Other related issues are: who is going to find a woodchuck who can chuck wood and who would be interested in chucking wood? Where would a woodchucking woodchuck be found? Perhaps in some woodchuck woods. And, if necessary, how would the woodchuck be persuaded to chuck wood, and who would do the persuading? Also, what advertisers would sponsor the woodchuck woodchucking event? Would the woodchuck attempt to beat the Guinness record for woodchuck woodchucking, if indeed there is one? Who would provide the woodchuck's wardrobe? Would Martin Scorsese video the event? And would the woodchucking video go viral on YouTube, or at least become a rising meme on Know Your Meme? Finally, what is the name of this hypothetical mythical woodchuck? Is it Chuck? Then the question would be, how much woodchuck wood would Chuck woodchuck chuck in the woodchuck woods if Chuck woodchuck could chuck and woodchuck woodchuck would? So we can see that the original question is quite malformed and is missing much specificity, and as such is really not worth attempting to answer until the missing specificities are rectified. And that's our question for today.